if you had to create a major about human-computer interaction, what classes, what type of things would you add?
Oh, wow. So I wish we taught probability in the second grade. So I do think people need to be proficient in like applied machine learning techniques. So I would hope that they would understand probability, applied machine learning. I think design is critical as a communication medium, but also to help people use interfaces properly. Like I ordered a tea from a kiosk the other day, and the interface was so confusing. I got the opposite of what I wanted. I would also hope that people would take some classes on econ. Like I think game theory is fascinating in this space. I would hope that people would be able to program. I also think that people need to understand some forms of, psychology, sociology, research methods. I mean, how to formulate a good research question. And I really wish we paid more. Like, I don't think as undergrads we give people enough experience in critical thinking. So I do think that we need to help students think about what we should do, what we shouldn't do, why, and to include that in their process of creating. Like I think that's one of the biggest things that's lacking right now. And as I see students enter, doctoral programs and master's programs from undergrad, that's one of the hardest things for them to pick up because it hasn't been emphasized at all in their undergrad education. So I want to see more of that. I think design, like art and design classes, help you do that a lot. And so I think we need more art and design in CS.
It's like Steve Jobs, like he did calligraphy, right, in his college. And
yeah, he talks a lot about typeface too. You're right.
That inspired a lot of what came out in the Macintosh because that's why he understood the importance and that's he was putting so much emphasis on why he wanted it to be perfect. And
there's so many artists out there, like speculative artists that even think about technology. They're way ahead of many computer scientists. So keeping your eye on what's happening in the art world is super helpful because they really try to, get people to think about what could be, what is, and just to think differently.
Yeah, I took an art history class just for fun, just to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's exactly what you're saying. Just seeing these things, how they actually affect people and the ramifications and what it is, just objectively, like what it is. And it's a whole different world that who knows how that would affect how I see things in the future. But I think there's an important aspect of just, it's fine if you, there's a point, okay, like you need to know the algorithms and how Java works and C++ and all these things. But in the future, there'll be a lot more having this type of judgment and seeing how things interact and the consequences and having this type of thinking. Perhaps, the opportunity will be.
Yeah, and maybe one of the things that we need to do is try to figure out, have processes and methods for maybe figuring out some of these consequences sooner. That would be an interesting research space to look at. A hard one, don't get me wrong, but, because we know that these, we're going to have negative consequences to the extent that we could figure out what they might be and, either maybe not even go somewhere if we think that's going to happen.